Hi, this is Nathan Ware at Rain Networks. What we're going to go through is the initial configuration process of Macrium Site Manager. Hopefully you watched our first video that walked through the simple, easy setup process for Site Manager. And at the end of the setup, you get this screen here, which is prompting us to go ahead and launch Site Manager so that we can get through the initial setup process. I'm going to go ahead and hit finish here. It's going to ask us if we want to restart because we loaded VI Boot and Image Guardian during our setup process. However, if we do not want to restart, we can go ahead and click no here to restart later. VI Boot and Image Guardian won't work until we reboot, but we can still use the base Site Manager platform and do our base setup piece. So we're going to go ahead and double click on the icon on the desktop for Site Manager, and the first screen we're going to get is this screen here, which is basically asking us which Macrium product we intend to use. Do we intend to use Site Deploy or do we intend to use Site Backup? For this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and select Site Backup. It's really the same in terms of a process if we're doing Site Deploy, but just for demo purposes, I'm going to use this Site Backup option here. Okay. This is an important screen. If we already have a license that we've purchased, we can click Add Key, put our license in that we received via email from Macrium, and it will immediately activate our licenses. If we don't want to put any licenses in, we can just select Add Licenses later. I'm going to go ahead and start a trial though, and so what this will do, this will assign 30-day trial license to our Site Manager. It's going to give me 1 server license and 5 workstation licenses. I'm going to go ahead and start my trial, click Next, and this is the next important screen. Generally, I always have people do the secure setup. This is going to give you a couple key things. First of all of your communication will be done via a secure SSL-based connection, and it will also prompt you to log in to your Macrium Site Manager when you use it. If you use the simple setup, you are able to do Site Manager with no login, meaning anybody could come in and edit your backups. Generally, I always do the secure setup piece here because in a corporate environment, that's going to be generally necessary. I'm going to go ahead and hit finish, and what's going to happen here is it's going to change my connection here from an HTTP connection to an HTTPS connection. It does this, it reconfigures itself and then restarts the service. It will also reconfigure the link on your desktop so that everything will be using HTTPS. You will initially get this screen after it's done, and that is because Macrium uses a Windows generated like self-signed certificate. Obviously your browser doesn't recognize this as a public certificate. That's fine. You can just click advanced here and say proceed to localhost. It'll get you to the login screen, and at this point here your Site Manager is ready to utilize. We can log in, and with in this case I'm using a local Windows account. I could also use a domain account, but at this point my Site Manager is configured and ready for use.